It's a fun homemade Father's Day gift the kids will love making, and it tastes good too. Here to share her breakfast kabobs, we welcome back kids cooking instructor Julie Mary. It's so great to see you.
You too.
This is such a fun idea.
You know, who's ever heard of breakfast kabobs? Like, it's just not a thing, really.
And why isn't it? Because
you
can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do savory. We're gonna do savory today.
Okay.
Sweet is also fun. They've got mini waffles and pancakes
and
fruit and, you know, dried fruit as well.
And I'm thinking about the dips and drizzles that could accompany those things
if
too.
you did like I like bacon or sausage with my pancakes with the syrup all over all of it.
Sweet and savory.
So that could be like you're dipping, like a maple butter or anything fun
Well,
like
it's always
that.
nice when we talk about Mother's Day, Father's Day, grandparents, all the people that deserve to be celebrated. Breakfast is a great place to start.
And breakfast is typically where kids learn to start cooking. That's where they first get interested, you know, besides making cookies, of course. But when I've been pulling kids the last 20 years, they all say, oh, yeah, I make breakfast. That's like the thing that they love, that they're so proud of, that they do by themselves.
Okay.
So we're going to just come up with a little fun spin-off of like this would be great for a side of a omelet or, you know, some scrambled eggs, fried eggs, something like that. So what I did and what we're going to do is I just did a chicken sausage. This is a pineapple bacon flavor.
Yum.
If you did regular sausage links, you could just cut them in half. This was a kind of, as you can see, like a 4 or 5 inch long. We're just going to cut it into fourths.
Okay.
But you can use any shape, any kind of meat you want. You could use bacon and just, you know, thread it back and forth and it'll cook in the right amount of time with everything else.
Okay.
So what we're going to do first, I just got some red peppers and onions. So I thought if you want to add the red peppers into the red bowl with the onions, we'll season them up first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we can be just get a little flavor in there. And all we're going to do with these is some olive oil.
Okay.
Just got to spin that top a little bit.
Okay.
And just, you know, a couple times around. Perfect.
Okay.
And then just a few little splashes of soy sauce.
Oh, soy sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Just to give it a salt, and then you don't have to salt them.
Okay.
Now that's going to soak right in. We could add a little dash of this. This comes out fast, so maybe just a tiny little dash. Yeah. And we're going to let that kind of beautiful, get a little flavor on that. And then take that spoon, we're just going to mix it up.
Okay.
And we're just going to let that kind of soak in. You could also use mushrooms, zucchini, like any veggie that you like with your breakfast food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't typically think of things like broccoli with breakfast, but you know,
it's out there. It's a little spinach, a little green. Well, and this is kind of, as we're making it, if you have it like on the side of an egg dish, it is kind of a deconstructed omelet situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome.
I can usually get kids to at least try something if it's on a stick, honestly. It's kind of funny.
Totally.
But put it on a stick, they'll eat it. It's hilarious, but it works. All right, we'll set that out of the way.
Okay.
Second thing we'll do is we're gonna season up hash browns. So the thing tater tots. Basically hash browns in a little cute little package. What you want to do first is out of the freezer, put them in the oven for 10 minutes.
Okay.
While you get everything prepped.
Sure.
Because you need them to get a head start because everything else cooks faster.
Okay.
So let's add a little bit of the Cajun seasoning.
Yum.
Keep in mind Cajun seasoning, taco seasoning, Creole seasoning, anything like that's really salty.
Right.
So you don't need to salt it in addition to that. So that is, we'll just, you know, pretend those are seasoned. These have already been cooked for 10 minutes. So now what we're going to do, I'll have you do, is we're going to cut these into fourths.
Okay.
So we have our pieces ready.
Yum.
This is just a pre-cooked chicken sausage. If you did little regular sausage, like little links, and cut them in half, they could still be raw because they would still cook in the right amount of time.
Okay.
So at this point, what we want to do is start assembling. So I just did a few examples here.
Yeah.
I've got your skewers here.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you just build however
just
you
go
want.
for
if you
it.
want to build one or two, whatever you want to do. I played around with the tater tots and did some long ways and some, you know, opposite perpendicular, whatever works. These have been sitting out, you know, I cooked them at home and brought them in, so they might be a little soft.
Okay.
So hopefully they stay together.
This is just a practice round.
Yeah.
And this is the stuff that, I mean, the kids will just go nuts for this part of it.
Yeah.
Any kind of construction involving food is always so fun.
I have to remind them that, you know, they say, oh, I don't like onions. I'm like, but does your dad like onions? That's what we're doing it for, right?
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cute. Yeah. So then that is going to go on a tray. I like to put parchment under it. Yeah, you can make another one while we're talking. Parchment under it. 375 for about 15 minutes. I did it at home before I came. 15 minutes was pretty much perfect.
Oh, nice.
Because these were already cooked 10 minutes. And you can just cook them at the same temperature.
That does make
everything
perfect
at the same
sense.
temperature.
Give the taters a little bit of a head start,
Yeah.
and then everything else should be right on time.
And then while these are in the oven is when you could make your eggs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know, and if and one other thing, if you're using like regular, this is chicken sausage, like I said, regular breakfast sausage or bacon, you could add a little mini waffle or a mini pancake after it comes out of the oven. They don't want to cook 15 minutes in the oven, but
this is so
cute.
fun.
Perfect.
I mean, come on, who doesn't love that?
And then serve that on the side of whatever else you want to give them, or they could just eat that.
I know. You could just add or subtract anything.
I'm gonna slide this.
Take a little nibble here.
Up, and yeah, you.
I'm gonna delicately take a taste. I'm not gonna totally dive in because that's not ladylike. I'll get a little bit of a couple things here.
Yeah, just taste whatever. But that soy sauce and the other flavors get into the veggies really nicely. I would, if it was me, I would put mushrooms on there because I love cooked mushrooms.
Soy sauce. I wouldn't think of that, but
Soy
it's
sauce
so
and olive oil,
nice.
so easy.
I
Anytime
love
I
it.
do veggie kabobs, that's the only two things I put on them. Easy.
And with the kind of pineapple you said that's in the sausage too, it's a nice little combo. Okay.
Yeah.
What a great, unique idea that we're gonna do this Father's Day.
Cool. I hope it
to
goes
see
well.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you so
too.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, yum. We'll have this recipe and more about Julie on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.